From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Thursday, April 16th, 2026.
This is Natalie Davies with the Detroit Free Press. Residents across the state have seen many types of severe weather this week, including flooding, storms, and tornado warnings. Tornado warnings hit southeast Michigan around 2 a.m. on Wednesday, April 15th, asking residents to take shelter in basements or the lowest floor of a sturdy building. In Ann Arbor, the storm swept walls off of 2 ice arenas, including the University of Michigan's Yost Ice Arena and the Veterans Memorial Park Ice Arena. Trees appeared to hit some power lines on a usually busy section of Jackson Road off of I-94 eastbound exit 172. The road was closed Wednesday afternoon as crews worked to clear trees and repair the lines. The National Weather Service surveyed for tornadoes in Ann Arbor as well as on the west side of the state near Carson City, though as of Wednesday afternoon, meteorologists had not yet confirmed if the tornadoes did indeed touch down or not. Up north in Sheboygan, an evacuation order was lifted on Wednesday, but the dam and lock complex remained under pressure as crews continued to work to keep the dam from overtopping. In photographs by a freak photographer on the scene on Tuesday, the water in the dam appeared close to the top. In nearby Indian River, the Sturgeon River flooded nearby houses, and photos showed residents walking near their homes in water up to their ankles and their knees. Governor Gretchen Whitmer declared a state of emergency in Sheboygan on Friday, April 10th. On Wednesday, April 15th, she declared a state of emergency in 32 more counties, including Emmett, Grand Traverse, Charlevoix, Manistee, and more, as severe weather was predicted to continue into Wednesday night. To read the latest weather updates from around the state, visit freep.com.
From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Darcy Moran. 2 assistant U.S. attorneys out of the Eastern District of Michigan were fired Monday. The move came just one day before the Department of Justice released a scathing report on the agency's pursuit and prosecution of anti-abortion activists under the Biden administration. The claim, bias. The fired attorneys, Francis Carlson and Sunita Dodamani, were among those named in the report. Dodamani confirmed her and Carlson's firings to the Free Press and said she was proud of her service. She wished her former colleagues, quote, continued strength in their work on behalf of the American people, unquote. At least 4 attorneys were reportedly dismissed ahead of the report's release. A representative for the local U.S. Attorney's Office declined to comment on the firings, but Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche issued a statement with the report's release. He said, quote, the department will not tolerate a 2-tiered system of justice. The pair fired in Michigan were tied to the prosecution and conviction of activists who blocked a Sterling Heights abortion clinic entrance in 2020. President Donald Trump has since issued pardons to multiple members of the group. For details on what exactly took place in Sterling Heights and what specifically the DOJ took issue with regarding Dodamani and Carlson, check out freep.com.
From reporter John Wisely. The University of Michigan's president-elect Kent Syverud is being treated for brain cancer and will not take over as president as scheduled next month. Mark Bernstein, chair of the Board of Regents, made the announcement in a video address sent to the campus community Wednesday, April 15th. Quote, it is with a heavy heart and with Kent's permission, I share with you that Kent is currently receiving treatment at Michigan Medicine for a form of brain cancer. As a result, Kent will not be able to serve as our next president. End quote. Bernstein said that Domenico Grasso, who's been serving as interim president since May, will stay on in that role while the university begins a new search process. In a statement posted on the university website, Syverud said that he just learned of his diagnosis. Quote, last week, I wasn't feeling well and I sought care at Crouse Hospital in Syracuse. After further evaluation, I traveled to the University of Michigan to receive additional assessment from their specialists. I want to be straightforward with you. I have been diagnosed with a form of brain cancer. End quote. Syverud is currently the president and chancellor at Syracuse University in New York. He was selected in January to be UM's 16th president. Syverud, age 69, is a lawyer who earned a master's degree and Juris Doctor at UM. Bernstein said that Syverud will still come to UM. Quote, Kent will serve as a professor of law at our law school and as a special advisor to the board because we want him to have every opportunity to serve our university. End quote. For more on this story, you can search on freep.com for John Wisely's article, University of Michigan's new president, Kent Syverud, has brain cancer. Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's freep.com. Thank you for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.